Hey everybody, and welcome to this week's Teen Hour. So this week we are going to be making no-sew cup cozies. So if you guys don't know what a cup cozy is, it is basically a reusable sleeve for to-go cups when you guys are getting coffee or hot chocolate or tea or whatever you guys get. So right now, typically people bring in their own cups a lot, but now we can't do that because of COVID. So I thought it'd be a fun way to, work on our recycling mentality by ditching your disposable sleeve and making a reusable one out of felt. So go ahead and stick around and we're gonna jump right into the tutorial video. Okay guys, so welcome to the tutorial aspect of this video. So today I'm going to teach you how to make two different kinds of cup cozies. So the first one is going to be just a super simple cup cozy, and then the next one is actually going to be a little bit more intricate because we're going to be making a fox cup cozy. So I'm not going to actually make this one because it's super simple, but I will first go over exactly how to make it, but I won't actually be cutting stuff out and gluing it together. But we will be going through every single step of the fox one, and you guys can be able to kind of like use your imagination, put it together about how this one would work out. So I'm going to set my fox stuff aside, and for our first cozy, you're just going to grab a piece of felt, and you're actually going to need two pieces of felt. This one is orange, and if you guys wanted to do like white or red or whatever, actually you can't do red because I don't have red in your kit, so sorry. You can do orange, gray, black, green, and white. Those are all the colors that are in there for you. So go ahead and grab this stencil if this is the kind of cozy you want to make, or you can make both, honestly. If you guys wanted to just save the orange for the fox cozy, that's great, but you can make two of them if you want. There's plenty of felt in there to make two. So what you would do with this one is I have a ×2 written on there, and that's going to be the same sort of thing on your fox instructions. If it says ×1, that means you just need one of the item. If it says ×2, you're going to need two of them. So I would need two pieces that look exactly like this. So I would go ahead and draw a stencil along this felt, and then I would cut it out. And then I would do the exact same thing for a different color, and then all you would do is you would glue it together so it makes kind of a double-sided effect. So it's going to be one piece, but one color would be orange, for example, and the other side would be gray, for example. And that's how you are going to do that portion of the simple cup cozy. And then once the two sides are glued together and it's dry, you're just going to wrap it around your cup and then glue the seam together, and you will have your cozy. For the simple one, it would also be kind of cool if you wanted to add a little something on there. So one thing that I have done in the past when I've made these is where the seam hits on a simple cup cozy, it's super cute to maybe glue down a button. Or you guys could, decorate it. You could cut out other pieces of felt and decorate it. Maybe if you guys wanted to do like a fall themed one, you guys could cut out like an acorn, or if you guys wanted to do like, a monogram, if your name starts with a K, you could cut out a K and glue it on there. So there are a lot of different things that you can do to decorate the simple cup cozy, but the shape is just nice because it's very classic. It looks a lot like just a normal sleeve, and then you can kind of express yourself however you want. So that's going to be the simple cup cozy. So let's go ahead and get started with the fox one because it's going to take a little bit more time. So I have actually stenciled my lines for you guys to kind of save time on the video, but all I did to get these ready is I cut out all of these shapes, and I've written on there what colors they need to be. So you guys can just go ahead and make sure you're putting them on the right colors. And then you take the cutouts, and then you take the cutouts here and you put them on your felt, and again you just outline just like you would for the simple cozy stencil. One thing that I would recommend to you guys is when you guys are cutting out these stencils, there's going to be a little bit of ink on them. So what I'm going to recommend we do is we just, instead of using the side that's face up right now that has the ink on it, we're going to flip everything over so everything's going to be backwards. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and start cutting. Okay, so once you have everything cut, you are going to go ahead and start gluing stuff together. So in your kit, there is a picture that has your final product on there, and that's going to be a nice guideline for you guys to go off of when you are putting together your little felt. If you guys wanted to, what I'm doing right now is there's a little bit of the black marker that's exposed on my white felt, and you guys can just take your scissors and just like lightly trim those pieces off. They should come off pretty easily. Just my inner perfectionist coming out here. Okay, so that's done. So first things first, let's go ahead and flip everything over so that the outline isn't as exposed. So as you guys can see, as I'm flipping them over, those outlines are harder and harder to see. And again, if you guys need to or want to, you can always cut off the little bit that's showing up. Okay, so let's go ahead and do our cute little fox face first. So I'm gonna glue down its sort of mask, and I'm using Elmer's glue. If you guys have like fabric tacky glue, that is actually a little bit better, just because it's tacky glue is designed for fabrics. Elmer's glue will totally work. You might just want to be a little generous with it. Not too generous because you don't want like glue to get absolutely everywhere, but you do want it to stay put. So okay, so this is its little mask, and then I think I'll glue on the nose next. And I will let you guys know that with the black felt, because I was using a black marker, of course the black felt, that wasn't going to show up on the black felt. So what I did is I just kind of held up the stencil and just kind of cut around it. I won't say that it was like the easiest thing, but it was definitely doable. And luckily they're just two circles and then a kind of a nose shape, so you can also just freehand if you want to. That's totally fine. I'm going to do the ears next. So these tiny little triangles are going to go in the ears. Okay, so there's my little fox face. Now I'm going to do the tail. This last white piece is the little white tuft at the end of a fox's tail, and you want it to be right there at the end. Awesome. So I would let this sit for a minute and just let it dry. That way none of your pieces are going to fall off as you're handling it. It shouldn't take too long to dry, even if you are using like a normal glue. And then once you have let it dry, we're going to move on to the next step. So next step is actually making the cozy. So the first thing we're going to glue together is the like fox tail. And so how it's going to look once it's all done is there's going to be the tail looping around like that, so it's like the tail's getting kind of tucked in, and then we're going to put the fox face on top like that. So that's going to be the end of it. So we're just going to go ahead. I'd put the glue on the tail portion versus the edge because we know that the edge is longer than the tail is. So it'll just be easier to make sure that there's not extra glue sticking out where you don't want it to. And you can see there I got a little bit of glue on my cup. So that's something you're going to want to be careful of, is just making sure that you don't put too much glue on there, because you don't want your cozy to then be glued to your cup forever, because that would be kind of sad, kind of the opposite of being reusable. So you're just going to let it stay there. You can glue your head on there as well. All right. And then I'm just gonna let that glue dry. I don't wanna mess with it too much because I don't want it to fall apart, but once it is all done, your felt should be good to go, and you can use it with your fantastic disposable cups. One other thing, if you guys are having a hard time with like the Elmer's glue, and if you don't have tacky glue, another really great option for felt is to use hot glue. So if you have a hot glue gun, that might be another great option if you are struggling with using the Elmer's glue. Elmer's glue it should probably work fine, but again, if you are just having a really hard time with it, I would recommend doing the glue gun route, because a lot of people tend to have glue guns around the house, so that's one thing. If you need to switch over, that's totally fine. So that is what I have for you guys today. I hope you guys had fun making these cool reusable cozies. So next week is Thanksgiving, so we will not be putting on a program for Thanksgiving, so don't worry about tuning in that week. But the next Thursday, we'll be hopping into our December programs. And so as I'm recording this video, next week is going to be the first week of the freeze mandate from the Oregon governor. So I'm recording this video a little bit early. So the freeze is supposed to go through December 2nd, and it's possible that it could need to be extended. So I'm just giving you guys a heads up just in case that happens. We will still be doing programs for the first 3 weeks of December. The only difference would be is you won't be able to come into the library building to pick up your kits. You will have to kind of organize it to pick them up curbside. I will be making a few less kits just because I'm expecting that not as many people are going to be coming in to get them. But I will have extra supplies just in case I'm proven wrong. So if you guys have any questions as we're moving into December and the potential of this freeze lasting a little bit longer than the governor has initially anticipated, just give us a call and we can fill you in with any details as things progress. So I will talk to you guys later. I hope you have fun, and I hope you guys have a happy Thanksgiving. I'll see you in December.